We're back. Hello, everyone. We're going to play some Final Fantasy 14 Dawntrail. We are in level 91 missions for the most part. Okay. Sorry, I'm reading all this stuff over here. Click for me. A love-hate relationship over the years, part of my DPS main, IRR, and again in Heavensward. So much was the Mechanist was a lot of fun, and Bard was okay in Shadowbringers, and weirdly kind of missed the caster aspect of it in Heavensward. Then Shadowbringer was just, I don't know, I didn't like it at all. And then Endwalker, I loved it again. I'll tell you what changed from Shadowbringers to Endwalker, enough for that, though. All right. Just looking at the various things people are saying in the chat, in the Free Company chat. We should stop here for the night. I understand the desire to rush ahead, but we need to recuperate from our punishing river adventure. All right, well, let's settle in. We need a cook fire, and there's meal preparation to be done. Sure. Let's get her done.
I've been meaning to ask, but how does one become the adopted child of the Dawn Serpent?
Fair question.
I was but a ball of fuzz at the time, so I don't remember much. My earliest memories are of life in the palace. All I know is that I was born in Ikbrash, a village in Yaktel. But I've never bothered to return there. As far as I'm concerned, Lul Jaja is my only parent.
That's going to end up being important.
I quite understand. I have no memories of my birth parents either. For a while, I wanted to learn who they were. But over time, that curiosity waned. Galuf was my dear grandfather, and he was all I needed.
So our situations were quite similar. Even though Papa already had a trueborn son, he raised me and Kona with no less love. One time, I'd wandered off alone into the forest and gotten lost. Before I became a meal for some beast, Papa dropped everything and came to my rescue. I was scared and sobbing and ready for a scolding, but the head of resolve praised me for surviving the ordeal. I did get my lecture from the head of reason, though. He went on and on about the dangers of the jungle and all the horrible ways I could have died. Growing up, Papa was kind and patient, but a tyrant when it came to training. Now, of course, I realize he was preparing me for my duties as a promise. For all the good it did, there's so much I failed to learn about my own country. Whether it's alpacas or Ihihana, I hardly know anything. I've lived such a sheltered life, yet convinced myself I understood Tural and its people. I don't have Kona's education, or Zoralja's strength. I'm all bluff and bravado, not fit to bear my title.
You can't measure your worth by the success of others.
Don't compare myself to my siblings, you mean? I think I see what you're saying. My reasons for joining the contest have nothing to do with my brothers. It's always been about the Turali and what I can do for them.
You said it yourself. How important it is to properly know something. To hear the voices of others, empathize with how they feel, and think how best to serve. In so doing, you'll come ever closer to being the person you wish to be.
I'm sorry, everyone. I've been a fool. From this moment on, I'll stop trying to be the promise I'm not. I won't feign strength to hide my weaknesses, step by step. I'll learn all there is to know and love about Tulihyolal and my fellow Turali. It might not be the smoothest path, but it'll be a path of my own making. I will find the City of Gold for all of us, along with the answers you seek about your grandfather, Kryl. I swear.
I appreciate it, Wuklamart. But you needn't take on that burden as well. Galuf Baldessian dedicated his life to protecting people from all manner of threats. As his granddaughter, I wouldn't wish to endanger others for the sake of a personal investigation. So let's just concentrate on winning the contest. We have a shared goal, and, if at all possible, I'd rather we enjoy the journey.
Hear, hear. We are companions on the same road, bound for the same destination. With our combined talents, nothing will stop us from reaching the Golden City.
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
Meanwhile, in the Second Promises camp,
Thank you. Thank you all. I am proud to call you my friends.
They seem to be enjoying themselves. Are you sure you don't want to go and say a word to your sister?
Nay, there is no need for that. But what of you two? Wuklamat's allies are your comrades. It must feel strange to be rivals.
Helping you has made us rivals, aye. But we're not about to break into fisticuffs over it. Unless, of course, it is a matter of winning or losing the contest. Then I'll have no qualms about putting Alizé on her rear.
Despite our long history, never have I been given the chance to test myself against our companions. The thought stirreth within me a most unexpected sense of competition.
Lamachi has surrounded herself with distinguished figures indeed. One of the Studium's finest graduates, the head of the students of Baldessian. And then, there's Eorzea's vaunted champion. If he's half the hero you say, then the odds are stacked against us. Not that I've any intention of bowing out. Our time in Urkelpacha only served to strengthen my resolve. We saw how a single storm cut off the alpaca roots and threw my people's lives into disarray. Such uncertainties are why I advocate for the adoption of Sharlayan innovations, that Tulihyolal might know greater stability and prosperity. Our nation can change for the better. And I will be the man to change it.
Well, it's a start. I imagine your experiences on this journey, all the things you'll hear and feel and think, will help you refine that approach. But to return to the subject of the rite, I'm a touch concerned by the condition for victory. The claimant who breaks the seal becomes Dawn Servant, not the one who performed the 7 feats first.
The would-be victor need only possess the 7 keystones.
That is correct. As the contest wears on, we must brace ourselves for greater conflict.
People will begin stealing stones from one another. Meanwhile, with the first promise,
your rivals still lag behind. The second and third promise may have recruited competent lackeys, but none compared to you. How can they hope to compete with the resilient son? The only child ever sired by a two-head. Only the ignorant or foolish could fail to see.
Such titles mean nothing.
I neglected to mention. When I first heard the rumors that the contest involved the Golden City, I spoke in confidence with Gulul Jaja's inner circle. They all agreed on one thing. Whoever reaches the City of Gold will attain a power so great, it can dictate the course of history. If this power truly exists, then I humbly beg a fair share of it. Time is passing, and I would put my plans in motion without delay. The useless tool is cast aside after all. And just so there is no misunderstanding, you consent to this course, no matter who is made to suffer.
In battle, everyone bleeds. The Dawn's promise is no exception. What better lesson to teach our people the folly of war?
earlier with Bakul Jaja.
I was hoping for a good scrap, but this bloated sack of bile was no challenge at all.
I wonder if the house cat is dead yet.
Be a shame to lose a plaything, but we'd still have two more.
If I may ask, Chosen One, what are your plans for Tuliolal after you take the throne?
Plans? What makes you think we care about all that? We care only about the contest and proving our superiority. That would surely please Mother and Father. Yes, and when we become Dawn's servant, we'll drive out the weakling masses and invite our kin to live in the city. Fine idea! Our family deserves better than that rotten jungle. But do it then. We must catch up to that one-headed pretender and remind him of the natural order.
I made it.
I thought we were missing someone. Where have you been?
Oh, I feared I was done for when I fell from the boat. Yet, somehow I made it. Oh, my arms, I can barely lift them. If I could just rest a moment.
You expect us to wait for you? Those who can't keep up will be left behind.
My brother has spoken. March, or be fodder for the beasts.
But I followed the teachings. Everything I've done, everything I've sacrificed, all has been for the blessed seedlings. Wait. Don't leave me behind! I'm begging you!
It's always a bit sad this game doesn't offer proper support classes. They have classes that kind of sort of offer support but aren't meant to be uber DPS. Still meant to be uber DPS, yes. Everyone is meant to be DPS in this game. I have some small experience with the pressures of leadership and crumbling beneath the weight, as you well know. If anything good can be said of the failures, I hope it is my capacity to help others avoid similar mistakes. Being able to say those things that brought me such relief. It's like a stone has been lifted from my chest, and I can take a full breath at last. I don't want to encumber myself like that again. I want to be better. I will be better. For myself and for my people. Coleon. Now enter that with avatars. The Moblin settlement of Earthenshire is not far from here, but be warned. The road we'll be taking is a favored hunting ground for bandits. With the stairs currently impassable, there are few travelers, meaning that brigands will be desperate for victims to ambush. Although considering present company, I suppose my concern is unwarranted. Bandits on the road? We have Zero Jaw and Landsguard doing. Seems to me to restore order to the area. And off she goes again. For now, we'll head west and hit in for the bank of the second river. Mender first. All right. Fine. All stuff we've already received. Okay. Press the up button to keep. Welcome if it is not puck. Welcome if it is not puck, you see. Well, you need to look no further. Before we get settled up, I need to add your name to the register. Make things smoother the next time you need our aid. Bandit's lair is said to be somewhere near here, but I prefer we avoid seeking out trouble. Where are the bandits? Apparently they're not foolish enough to attack a party of this size. Earthenshire is just a little further ahead, on the opposite bank of Motor's Dome. Let's remain vigilant all the same. Near the work pot. Push fire bank. Here we are at level 92. Even as Hano culture is distinct from the Vanu, Moblin society has developed quite differently from that of the Goblin cousins. Hano. I need to write that down. Okay. This is it. A village where the lay of pots from the Tuololal saga took place. Earthenshaw, Edelshaw. Let the similarity be a cultural inclination, I wonder. The settlements themselves could be more different, though. This Shah appears custom-built to resemble pots, like others of repurposed town.
Welcome to Earthenshire. Do I have the pleasure of happy greeting the third promise and our retinue?
That's us. We are looking to the Dawn Service Elector. Do you happen to know who that is?
You're exchanging tongue flaps with her right now. Rhetoric is the elector you seek.
Oh, well, that's helpful. Let's cut straight through performing the feat.
As much as Rhetoric would like to do just that, we have much more pressing worry. A storm which hit our village shattered the cliffs and dropped rocks on our grain cases. Many Hepsons in the platform were injured. There's no time for feats or metal tests.
I'm sorry to hear that. After learning what the storm did to the stairs, I feared it had been caught in its path. Not to change the subject, but what are the Potsworn? Goldsmiths contracted to work for the Moblins. The word comes from the pot-like workshops they practice their craft. The Moblins provide the Potsworn with tools, and materials, and living quarters. Everything the artisans could possibly need. This allows them to concentrate on producing what is widely known as the finest gold and metalcraft in Tyrell. This is unacceptable. I was promised no distractions. This is the best they can offer. I should never have let Washuga met you.
You see, the Potsworn desert us. Without even healthy help hands, we are failing to uphold our side of the Pot Pact. Should all of our Potsworn leave, Earthenshire will grind to a halt. We have to do something, and do it soon.
Let us stand in for the injured helpers. It would give us a chance, give me a chance to learn more about your people and your village. And if it brings us closer to beginning defeat, then all the better. It isn't strictly part of the contest, so don't feel obliged to join in. Take a rest while you can. Of course I'll help. I was hoping you'd say that. I actually wasn't sure I could do this on my own. We could all help. No doubt. I doubt any of us could just sit around and watch you struggle.
We'll take every help hand we can get. Redrick Thrustfield will do Putswood have their perfect workshops again. We'll commence that feat with all haste. You and the Third Promise can assist helping Ragnarok.
Haha.
You ever for fellow Redrick. There are other helphands who need a help lending.
I really appreciate your pitching in. I meant what I said at many fires. There will be no more feigning strength. No more playing at being invisible. The invincible promise. If there's one thing I learned on this journey, it's how practiced you are at aiding those in need. And I mean to make the most of having such an incredible mentor at my side. Sure. Now, let us find this Rock fellow and see what we can do for him. Okay, we've moved up to level 92 stuff. Not appear to be much I can do at the moment, from a money standpoint. Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then you need look no further. Before we get you all settled up, I need to add your name to our register. It'll make things smoother the next time you need a ride. Good on that front.
Ragnarok cannot meet his obligations without more help hands. The backpack is broken and the pots need emptying.
We can help you.
You've come to aid Ragnarok. Ragnarok accepts your handleading with joyous field smiles. If we could offer a Putsword their promised good living, we might save the day yet.
Well, sure, whatever you need. Whatever you need. Okay, first things first. Nothing needed there. That's cool looking. Still not quite up to snuff, though. Okay, Piety's maxed out. So I'll go speed. Third. Have a name for spared. I'll be very welcome on these things.
What Ragnarok needs is for new help hands to create good living for Putsword and Kahai. The help hand assigned to Kahai was hurt during the rock raid, so Ragnarok took over, but he knows nothing of Kahai. What does Kahai want? What does Kahai need? Help hands do not bother with Putsword with straight tasks. Our job is to observe and anticipate, to prepare things for guest think. Please, guest think with Ragnarok. Find out what Kahai is lacking so we can provide it.
You can count on us. Now, where does Kai work, is it? Let's take a peek inside then. Sure. Ah, this must be Kai. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him. It'd be a lot quicker if we could just talk to him. But that is not the way they do things around here, apparently. We'll just have to leave him be and try our hand at some guess think. Sure. Inspect the workshop and may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Try to put a vid first and examine it with more detail with R and X. R2 and X. Well, he has no shortage of crafting materials. There must be something else he's missing. He must be boiling sitting so close to the furnace. There is no airflow to speak of. How could anyone work in that stifling heat? Needs a fan. Oh, those tools are looking pretty worn down. Maybe it's time for some new ones. He's barely touched his meal. That dish is meant to be eaten hot, or it loses its savor. All right. After taking a good look, I think I have an idea of what things Kai might want to improve his working conditions. Let's head back outside and talk to Rockero. All right. Plenty of materials. Need a fan. Need someone to tell him to take a break. Needs better tools.
You made your observations. What do you guess think?
First off, I noticed Kai has not touched his food, and an empty belly cannot be good for his concentration. Maybe cooking is not to his liking.
But our food is very mouth-pleasing. Why wouldn't he want to eat it? But Rakarok is sure of nothing when it comes to Kai's tastes.
I can help you with that. My brother Koana is also Hiseo, and when someone else, everyone has their personal preferences. There are some they tend to share. There are some they tend to share. Like an aversion to piping hot dishes. If it was brought to him like that, Kai would not have been able to eat it until it cooled down, and by that time he got to it, it might have been found it cold and unappetizing. The simple solution is to serve dishes that taste good no matter what the temperature.
Rakarok never would have thought that. Would the third promise mind explaining these things to our cook?
No, not at all. But I don't think that is the only reason Kai could not concentrate. Yes, our homeland is hot and dry, but even Kai seemed to be suffering in front of that furnace. If there is any way we could cool down the workshop.
We could try a drafty shard. They make a lovely breeze.
Do you know where we can get one of those?
We can gather them from the shoals of no return. There are many old boats there, abandoned by those who gave up their search for Golden City.
Ah, so we salvage them from the wrecks. Could you handle that for us, Peter? Could you handle that for us, Peter? That's the voice. Oh, and one more thing. From what I could tell, Kai flies and saws at things that are very worn down. Maybe a new set of tools is in order.
Rakarok is too preoccupied with stacking materials. A serious oversight which he will rectify. Supplying good tools for good living is a shophead's responsibility.
Then we all have work to do. We can meet back here when our tasks are done.
The shoals of no return are past the crags to the tunnel southeast of here. You should be able to spot the passage from just outside the village.
Sure, I got you, fam.
You're an adventurer, are you not? What a wine works from place to place. If you intend to wine work with many fires, could you give this to my friend Switzberg? Magnaberg thought to overhand it last time he visited. Naturally, your service will be received as just reward. Just one Wendy word. Do not hold a nose cone. Very stinky stuff. Nose close, that's what I meant.
Get all of these missions started at least. Hey there, Fireflick.
Ah, visitor. What brings you to our understanding about? I love all things arty and crafty, perchance. Then perhaps you would stoop to assist us in our crafty work. The task first speaks of yours, but a piece cake. To collect sparkle stones from the riverbank of Merzukik. Please, lend him your land sketch, that he might fingerprint where such marvels are heretofore been found. So it's not hard fixed that you will find any. All depends on the flight he feels of great and bounteous Lurkenbeak. All Flacky Flick can say for certain is that if you do find any, you'll surely be glad-faced.
Alright. Hey look, it's Warzawak.
Warzawak's Potsworn is not only craftmaster, but also cardmaster. Always play triple triad. But always beating Warzawak. Need a play train more than a good fight friend for Potsworn. We'll Lowlander play train with Warzawak.
Sure, let's do it. Nice.
Lowlander's cardmaster too. Happy thanks for play training. Warzawak learned a lot.
Yep, when you got better cards, you win. That's a special trick I have. Alright, what am I doing? I'm gonna check this and make sure. Still have the best cards, and we do.
Well, it's Pacific. Who can help our Pacific? Lowlander can help our Pacific. Lowlander must help our Pacific. Here, lend me, Lowlander. Pacific is one of the finest earthenware collectors in all Earthenshire, but then the storm comes, and all of his precious pots go smash shards. Need a crafty make replacement pots, but Pacific is too busy sword sweeping to return to the dig site to collect dig stuff. The Lowlander collects dig stuff for Pacific. Deep Goody Pot, Claycraft, and Fine Flex Field Spar is already unplugged and carry-bagged. All you need is have you bring it back from the cave near Zoyhuga, play place.
Well, I understood some of those words. Interesting how much this looks like a watch that's on my back. You're Peter, aren't you? What brings you out here?
Oh, you know, I help one of my friends.
Ah, the issue with caring for the pus form. When they approached me with the same problem, I suggested they commission artisans from Charlene instead. The quality of craftsmanship would be guaranteed, after all. However, the Moblins would not care for this idea. Surely it would be more effective to engage in uniformly trained collective. I cannot understand their fixation in individual contracts. Perhaps the custom will make more sense once we begin the feat of pots. Until then, we've been deemed unfit to assist with the matter of help hands, and are instead tasked with tending the injured. We were on our way back from procuring herbs for Ryanje, in fact. Settlements across the Uka, too, have been isolated by the storm's destruction. What would have become of the wounded had we not found our way here? Should I become Dawn Servant, one of our first acts would be to establish reliable trade routes to the capital. Well, I imagine how much good we can achieve with Charlene technology. And my apologies, I have much to consider, if you'll excuse us. We'll meet again, I'm sure, soon. Take care, Peter. Spot a tunnel opening. Head through the passage to the Shoals of No Return and recover the drafty shard. Alright. Go this way then. Before we do anything, let's get the data on it. Fiery orange crystal. Crystalline shard is faintly warm to the touch. Does not appear to be a wind crystal you seek. Bright green crystal will be the one I want. Crystalline shard emits a soothing whisper of wind. It seems you found the crystal Ragnarok sent you to procure. Ragnarok, not Ragnarok. Hey, Rock. Got your crystal.
Is that a cool breeze Rock feels?
Seems that way. Here's a drafty shard.
Yes, thank you for seek-finding Drafty Shard. Rock will add it to new set of tools he brought.
And I come bearing good food tidings. The cook has prepared a feast fit for most discerning Hesero. It's on his way even as we speak. Let us go and see what Kai thinks of our efforts. I mean, hopefully he feels better about it. One would expect. I was wondering what occasion called for me to receive so many visitors. Fine meals, new tools, and welcome source of cool air. Now I remember why I signed a pot pact. I'm grateful for your kind considerations. Allow me a moment or two, and I'll reciprocate with a piece worthy of a pot spawn. An oil lamp to brighten the halls of Volotsusha. The craftsmanship satisfies Earthenshire's reputation for quality, I trust.
Such luster, such brilliance. Truly a gift fit for the Dawn servant.
I'm glad you like it. Considering the time I've wasted until now, I hope to continue crafting at its improved pace. I have a contract to fulfill, after all. That's good. Forgive my interruption. Let me see. I'm told the Elector has deemed the crisis past and is prepared to task us with a feat. Oh, that is great news. Thank you for letting me know. So this is the craft of the Potsworn. It is indeed a masterful piece. Thank you for your words of praise, second premise. I drew inspiration from Kanuuka's natural beauty and thought to capture it in my work. That's the way it was. I wonder why the moblins not simply build a workshop in the city. Now I have my answer. Even Chilean goldsmiths could not easily replicate such exquisite artistry. One cannot create great things if one lacks creative impetus. Lalal, unfortunately, does not want for inspiration. Anyone wishing to learn the basics of a craft would do well to study there. I was raised with Hitsaro, more traditional than most, and the shared ingenuity of Tural's various peoples was indeed eye-opening. You lived in the traditional Hitsaro. I have few fond memories of nomadic life. You all right?
Reykjavik is very grateful to you. I thank you both for your hard work and clever guess think. When it comes to help hunting, knowing the Potswood really is important.
Well, that's true for pretty much everyone you meet. It's a lesson I've had drummed into me several times already on this journey. When Lecter bids the claimants assemble at our building at the west side of the village, I'll head over after finding Thancred and Orianje. Oh, I also ran into the Levellier twin on the way here. I took the liberty of directing them to the venue as well. Your rivals. It's not his job to make sure I know the feat is starting. But even so, he's contentious to a fault. Anyway, let's not keep Radarok waiting. Hey there, Ready Rock.
Reddyrock thanks you for assisting Hellpand Ragnarok. She will announce defeat once the other claimants arrive, so please be patient a little while longer.
I'm happy to report that we were able to convince one of the Potsworn to stay. How did you fare? We were able to get another one to create goods. Oh, so you managed to do the same. Splendid.
Welcome to Earthenshire, First Promise. We support your plans for sword crossings and the new Potsworn they will bring. Hail, mighty Lord Jah. We cleared many piles of rockfalls. They were pebble stones, a resilient sun for Dawn servant.
So our job was clearing fallen rocks. I suppose he would volunteer his time for anything unrelated to the contest. Well, well, we meet again. Just in time for the feast to begin. I bet he was already here, laying low while the rest of us did all the work.
Claimants, your attention, please. As Redirac explained, many of our Potsworn left us following the storm. The precious metalwork, crafted by the artisans, bring in much jingly shine across the salt. Should our stream of trade goods dry up, Earthenshire would suffer. Tuilalal's merchants would suffer. So Redirac set you this feat. Each of you are to find one clever hand goldsmith to bring back here to us.
So we had to recruit new Potsworn. Well, that makes sense in the feat of Pots. Calling this a feat does not justify taking advantage of the claimants and their influence. How does finding workers for you demonstrate their worthiness to the throne?
You're free to refuse Redirac's request. She'll be happy to inform the Dawntrail of Zorjo's disqualification.
A right is a means to an end. The steps we take to get there are not important.
Redirac declares the feat of Pots has begun. But remember, the Pot Pack must be willing to the Pot Pack must be agreed to willingly. No grab snatching or deceitful tongue claps.
The Elector said nothing about taking a willing artisan from a rival, which is exactly what we shall do. A fine suggestion, brother. I'm glad you think so, brother. Come, let us lay our plans. As that nasty brute is up to something. He may seek to delay us again as he did on the river. We can but remain vigilant while we plot our course. What do you think, Waklimat? Have you any candidates in mind to satisfy this feat? I know there are some artisans among my supporters, but they're all in their twilight years. I could not ask them to give up the comforts of Tuilalal to live in this remote village, no matter how beautiful the scenery. Meanwhile, Kawana probably has 100 young craftspeople to choose from. Not that I'm comparing us, you understand. It's just a statement of fact. I'm comparing us, you understand. I'm just a statement of fact. I suppose we could try asking Wagomichi. That seems a logical place to start. Back to Tuilalal it is. Wait, does that mean we have to take a boat again? No. No, I cannot do it. I cannot stomach another boat ride. You said I should share my burdens, so I will speak plainly. The truth is, I get really, really sick on boats. No kidding. You've done such a good job of hiding that secret from us. Ah, Uplamat, that is hardly news. But it was brave of you to admit. In any case, we won't be fighting the current this time. Heading downriver will be much smoother. It will? Are you sure? I'm positive. Mostly. I need a moment. Upriver or downriver. Agamatu is too rough for me. That nausea is a bit more bearable now that I've stopped trying to hide it. But I'd rather still not set foot on a boat if I can help it. All right, I think I'm ready. Let's see if Master Ropley will help us recruit a botsworn. Okay. All right, Ropley, what's up? Greetings, Third Promise. What brings you back to Wadaminiki? You have not chipped your axe again, have you? No, Master Ropley. Actually, I have a favor to ask. So what do you think? Do you know any craftsmen who can help, who might be interested? Fetching my artisan from the Moblins, huh? Fetching my artisan for the Moblins, huh? Well, seeing as it's the Third Promise making the request, I'm willing to look the other way if one of them decides to take you up on the offer. Only, I cannot think of any suitable candidates off the top of my head. Who do I know with a master of goldsmithing that would also have no qualms about relocating to Earthenshire? What are the Ellison men who just started working here? You mean Frangiantine? He did say he was employed at some fancy jewelry store across the salt. And considering the distance he's already come, I think he wouldn't mind moving a little up the river. That said, he's only just gotten himself a new job. Is it too soon to ask him to sign a puck back? There's no harm in making the offer. Once he hears how well the botsworn are treated, he may jump at the chance. He may jump at the chance. Either way, you won't find Foragen and his workbench at this hour. He's finished for the day. Probably enjoying a meal over Tanner tea. Now, maybe we should just go and talk to him. Just you and me, since he knows us. I wouldn't want him to feel intimidated by having to deal with a crowd of new faces. No offense. The two of us can handle this. Just take the rest of the cabins if you like. The rest of the cabins if you like. Right, let's go and see a man about a pot. over here. I believe I sold a couple items. And yet, I don't have to be happy about it. All right. Give me a moment, so I'll be right back. All right. Let's go. It's a problem, see, because my green screen only goes up to like here. And so when I sit up straight in my chair, I'm out of the screen. It's a problem. But, you know, we'll make it work. Hey, fun, Jensen. Oh, Peter, you're here too. The third promised that you wanted to chat. I've just finished eating. So, shall we find a quiet spot outside? Let's do it. Thank you. The last time we talked on this beach, you were in a miserable state. Oh, yes. I was, wasn't I? A lost soul till the two of you came along and helped me rediscover my purpose. A new place of employment has been most welcoming, and for the first time in a long time, I feel content with my lot in life. That's wonderful. So, what is it you wish to discuss? I want you to leave that wonderful situation you're in. Well, it's hard to ask this right after you've settled in, but I'm looking for someone to become a potsworn. I've heard many colleagues mention that term. That's when an artisan signs a contract to work with the moblins, isn't it? You're not a moblin. I'm not sure I understand. It is a feat for the right of succession. I need to bring a new potsworn to Earthenshire. Oh, so that's the way of it. We've barely met. And after pushing you to work with Major Mechi, I am now demanding that you throw it all away and sign a pot pact instead. It is a selfish request, I know. I have something to tell you, Third Promise. The other day, I completed the necessary procedures for immigration. I'm pleased to say I'm now an official subject of Tuilalal. I have since endeavored to learn what I can of my new nation, beginning with the right of succession and its claimants, including you, of course. Now, you'll recall that it was my father's example which led me to pursue goldsmithing. He was at the East End when Garlean forces laid siege to the settlement, and in the ensuing chaos, he was slain. War took him from me in an instant. The man I loved and admired. I never wish to suffer such a loss again. And so, as much as I'm indebted to you for turning my life around, it's the fellow peace-loving Tuloran that I want you to win the throne. If I can help you achieve that by signing a pot pact, then I will gladly do so. Quantity, thank you. I shall return to Master Ropoli and inform him of my decision. Allow me. I am the reason you are leaving, so I should be the one to deliver the bad news. Looked like a giant hoop earring there for a second. Perhaps you'll remember me. Brek-Levu, owner of the Ribbit Tea. I'd like a word if you don't mind. You're Wuklamat's ally from across the salt, right? And a hero of some renown, too, if the gossip's to be believed. Well, as it so happens, I could use some heroic help. It doesn't need to be right now, but could you come by when you have a spare moment? Sure. Much appreciated. I've been waiting for you at my shop, then. It might be right now. You now gain access to role quests. Speak of Brek-Vic at Terti and pursue new adventures as you progress through the rite of succession. Ponchantine. Peter, I was wondering when you'd come along. Not a moment too soon either. I got an urgent job that he's doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust it with it. Of course, you'll be wanting to know the details. It's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there? I'll join you shortly. Sure. Yanni cat? What's up? Here's a Yanni kitty. Sleepy kitty. Very purry kitty also. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Brookable, proprietor of the Hibbit Tea. As you know, my establishment's open to anyone. People hailing from across the world, and sometimes farther, come here to whet their appetite and slate their thirst. Given how we turn no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into the motley patrons. And therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Oh, yeah? Sitting just over there, in fact, having a conversation most foul. Thank you all for coming here, so far from your respective homes. This is the first time we've all gathered in one place. Perhaps formal introductions are in order. I am. Welcome. Welcome. What would you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We're in the middle of something very important. Of course. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. I am a PI. I was sitting here now. It's because I've personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, my secretive villainous order, with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Villains often do not call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have meetings in places where all eyes can see. Well, that's true. Oh, how do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin your carefully constructed atmosphere. It's time to think of a suitable slogan. You would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you all here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who've dared to mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. A great design of a group of 6. Even if I manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you're right. At present, we're bound and powerless. This is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in so doing, we shall become unbound. Like the birds, soaring from above, we shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining azure skies black. From the background. Those don't look especially azure. But sometimes skies become treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. What are we here for? To look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might my beck and call, I shall win adoration, known only by a hero. Oh, your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal a reality lay in Toral. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. Oh. And there we have our 6. Oh, did you say artifacts? Oh, I spent the adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry instead. Oh, my imagination is overflowing with images of the new forms most trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready.
Well, to the heart of the matter. The objects are held in the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tyrrell continent, where they have been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contains the essence of fearsome beasts called Tyrrell Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide, the means of which you only choose to do and leave in your hands. I only ask that you do not disappoint. Well, then, I take it there's no questions. Now let the passage of the unbound open into the world. We begin at once.
They did not even order a single thing. What villains. That's the long and the short of it. What do you think?
They left without ordering anything. Villainous indeed. That's what I'm saying right there. For sure.
It's right there in their name. They're unbound by manners and respect. They won't welcome back anytime here. They won't welcome back, and they won't be welcome back here anytime soon. You, on the other hand, can stay as long as you like.
Thanks.
Of course, I had a duty to report what we heard to the Landsguard. We did. It didn't make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long after, one individual from a remote tribe came here seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then after came with another story, and then another, and so forth. By the time we realized the passage of Unbound was a real threat, they had gone and made their way across the sea into ill-gotten gains. Each tribe had sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands are at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. Now, I know you had business with Tyrrell, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take the time to hear Ver Mujan out, you'd be doing a service to many who could use a real helping hand.
Yes, hi. Nice to see you. Hey there, Raul. So how can I help?
Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We have been quite desperate for someone suitable.
Greetings, Raul Majan. At the risk of being a daily nuisance, I must ask if there are any developments you might share.
Ah, a nuisance. Why, perished, I thought. You've come just in time, in fact. None other but the vaulted Pieter has agreed to aid in your search.
Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall know no peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had best depart on the next ship. Now, before you do, I might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tualal in search for aid. Lozanika comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior could not hope to stand within the power of her tribe's relic, so she desires a stout protector, someone who can be leaned upon when times are darkest. The heirloom that Neptune wants to recover inflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone to command great healing magics to counteract this effect. The search for Shalipi's tribal treasure has been entrusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a front-line fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. And lastly, there's Shishun, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, decided that they must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power, but anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Aren't you forgetting someone, Maruja? Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Maruja hails from the further south even. Maruja hails from even farther south than Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down her prey from afar. It's the only way to escape the effect of this village's treasure. Did I get it right? Indeed. I do get so forgetful in my old age. Thank you, Romaju. 5 triumphs, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting with the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Peter. Well, see ya. Of course, I shall share all I know on the matter, if you need only ask. And now that I will not hold it against you, know that I would not hold it against you should you choose to assist only those with whom your talents are best suited. So long as you do what you can, the people of Tyrol and even further will be in your debt. Sure. Quest complete. You've gained access to the role quests in Dawntrail. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. Speak with the people of Tyrol gathered in Ura Tibi and assist them with recovering their stolen treasures. Ba-dee-it. Neopine's gaze is transfixed on the crowds until he spies you. What business have you with me? Apparently you need a healer? Ah, my apologies. You're Brookhaven's guest, are you not? I am Nefine, and I have journeyed far from the northern lands of Hyrtaral to reach this grand city. Tell me, traveler, what is your name? I'm Peter Krolinsk. Nice to meet you. Peter, rest assured I shall remember it. The shame that we must meet under unfortunate circumstances. My village's prized possessions among the treasure stolen by the passage of the Unbound. It is known as the Heartsting, and the soul of a dead scorpion, dread scorpion, one of the Tyrol of Vidral, is sealed within. The creature once hunted its prey alongside its array of toxins produced within the body, and a menace to all. Those granted the Heartstring's gifts may wield this fearsome power as they see fit. We believe the thieves have already taken it across the ocean to Eorzea, and doubtless wreak havoc on the wrong hands. Thus I seek a healer to remedy any harm wrought by the Heartstring's toxins in that faraway land. I will not mince words. We are precisely the sort of man I seek, and we must act quickly to avoid the worst. Will you lend us your aid? Aiding those in need is what I do best. You have my gratitude. To the matter at hand. While I am making inquiries here in Tuilalal regarding the thieves' whereabouts, some Eozian merchants told me a rather intriguing tale. Specifically, those returning from Linsol Minsa bring fail tidings, tales of able-bodied men and women suddenly losing their vision. In an all too familiar account, as the Heartstring allows mastery over all manner of poisons, including those that could inflict temporary blindness. A great deal of training required to properly utilize the Scorpion's gifts, but the blinding toxin is one of the simplest to wield. It seems to be the brigands and the masterminds of these strange incidents, harnessing the treasure's power for their own nefarious ends. Luwasha, the village elder's daughter, makes for Limsa at the pursuit of the Heartsting. I intend to set sail with her, but my foot is badly injured by a strange mechanical doll during the thieves' ambush. Luxana insisted I remain here to recover. She would not take no for an answer. I must ask you to cross the sea in my stead, and provide Luxana your aid. Considering your enemy wields deadly poisons, the danger is too great for her to face alone. Based on what she had departed, I presume she's arrived at her destination by now. She boarded the merchantman, captaining by a woman named Beda, primarily based in Limsa Leminsa. She may be able to help you locate Luxana. Sure. Quest accepted. I'll see you later. At the level 90. Okie doke. Yeah, we'll work on that one later. Just kidding, we'll work on that now. Let's go. Wait, no, we won't. This one is available right now. We need this in this area first. And what's really embarrassing is I need to go back because I can also do this mission. So he seeks an adventure with a penchant for magical. Oh, hello. Did Mac Ebu send you to help recover our stolen treasure? Oh, yes, sir. Thank the heavens. And judging by your accoutrement, you have learned the arcane arts, yes? If so, we need your wisdom and power. Oh, sure. I'll kick some butt for you. Truth be told, it's wisdom we require most. You see, even though the treasure's been guarded by our people for generations, we know little of its true nature. That seems like a problem. In ages past, the forests of our homeland were plagued by terrible beasts, a constant source of fear and danger. To combat this menace, our mages spent many moons researching the treasure known as the Perch of the Apex. Upon unlocking its secrets, they were able to drive the monsters out of the woods, bringing peace at last. With the threat all but eradicated, our forebears forbade any further use of the treasure and enshrined it within the village. As the years passed, we slowly forgot what it was to live in fear. Yet, as our struggles faded into memory, stories surrounding the Perch of the Apex became legend and then myth. Now, none living are certain of its true power. Yet the peace was shattered by a member of the Passage of the Unbound. The villain withered his way into our trust, then stole upon the husband, the treasure's appointed guardian, catching him unawares of the terrible blow that left him unconscious. He is yet to awaken. So my daughter Tepeki has set forth to retrieve what was stolen. Unlike her father, she has no skill in the arcane arts, and chose the path of the sword. That's why I've been seeking someone with the knowledge she lacks, should the ancient power be unleashed. Please, if you can find it in your heart to help Tepeki, I would be forever grateful. Consider it done. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, now, our only clue to the thief's whereabouts is from something he mentioned during his stay in our village. He spoke of his desire to bring change to a place called Raz Adhan. That's where Tepeki decided to begin her search, and so she boarded a ferry bound there by way of Linsa Naminsa, and her trusted sword and shield close at hand. That's how you'll know her. She agreed to stay at Raz Adhan to gather information until aid arrived. I knew nothing of the place, but it's likely she could be found in Marketplace or some such. Please, bring our treasure and my daughter safely home. Sure. Okay, that's the tank. We'll never do that one. Physical ranged DPS, so that is for my archer. Not quite ready. This will be a monk. Yeah, DPS. Alright. At this point, I'm much closer to this one. It is ungrateful to leave so soon after Master Rothbury granted me employment, but I'm sure he'll understand. I do this for the future of Tully Lalal. I see you managed to find Ferran Chen. This is the last time I hire a foreigner. Oh, goodness. Master Wopley, I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but, Ferran Chen has agreed to sign the pact, yes? Well, it is a shame to lose a capable goldsmith. To have one of our own handpicked to serve as the third promise is a great honor for me, my baby. Watch him and Mickey. I appreciate your understanding. Of course, if you happen to know any other talented artisans, regardless of their expertise, I hope you will send them my way. Could even be yourself, if you're so inclined. Oh, sure. Oh, we would keep that in mind. In my time here was brief. I will not forget your kindness, Master Ropley. I am blessed to have these workshops in my first home in Tuyulalal. Come back to us when Moblins cut you loose. You'll always have a job for what you Mickey. I expect you'll want to leave for Earthenshire as soon as possible. I'll go and pack my things. What became of Fontaine? What became of Fontaine? Were able to find him? We did, and he's agreed to become Partsworn. We'll leave when he's ready, but you still have so little time. Splendid. We shall meet again. We'll meet you anon. I had plenty of reasons to win the contest, but now I have one more. Fontaine's putting his faith in me, and I will not let him down. I will not let him down. The way it should be pronounced. Now unlock deliveries for Walter Beche. Dr. Warpley and pursue new endeavors as you progress through the rite of succession. Okay, the rest need to be with Bard, because these are not good enough yet. Right then, I have some things to take care of at the palace. While you can pass the time however you like, I suggest you head back to the cabins. After all, even heroes need rest. And we still have a big journey ahead of us. Well, if it isn't Pieter, forgive me, but I could not help but notice the tools you're carrying on your person. You would not happen to be a skilled tradesman, would you? As I mentioned when you were visited alongside the third promise, Waco Mechi is in dire need of skilled artisan like Fontaine. A number of our shops are beset by problems, large and small, you see, and having the assistance of one such as you would be most welcome. Of course, if service rendered is for service paid for, and we have plenty of scrips which will fill your pockets. Procuring supplies from the open seas is but no small number in my possession. I understand the currency is also used extensively across the sea. With that said, I'd like to first introduce you to the folks you'll be working with. We need not decide right away, of course. Take your time to consider my offer. Come back and speak with me again once you have made your mind up. And you take me up on my offer, I see. Just one more thing before we go. In the language of my people, Wachu Meki means House of Countless Beasts. I see the market to the home where folks of all kinds may come, collect, and carve out a niche for themselves. Please, bear this in mind, as you may encounter things to which you are not accustomed. And now then, off we go. Good, as is nearly everyone. I thought it best if they were aware of you to who you are, before you show up at their doorstep offering your services. Let us go in order, shall we? Starting with Harach Moch Metalwares. Morak Sok deals with all things metal, particularly when it comes to daily necessities. Unfortunately, she's recently confronted with the issue that's put her very reputation at stake. She seeks a metalworker that understands the importance of punctuality. Next we have Epistles by Pameka, who is epitomous owner, pens official documents, transcribes letters for those who cannot do so themselves, and more. She presently is in need of one skilled at treating parchment, textiles, leather, and the like. Her real Juscraft serves some of the most unique beverages I dare say one might ever encounter. Just a shame no one's ever lining up to drink them. If you have any expertise in the culinary arts or alchemy, I would love for you to assist her in revitalizing her shop. Fish Francis de Hano is a bit of an eccentric establishment. You see, de Hano deals in fish that he fancies. Unfortunately for him, his tastes are a bit too unconventional for your average customer. His anxious sales may not pick up. As for Shishoi's apothecary, I regret to say its owner is unable to spare even a moment for introductions. That said, if you fancy yourself a miner or gatherer, I'll undoubtedly find your wares of great interest. Shuya deals with all sorts of curious flora and minerals, you see. Alas, his sole employee appears to be in poor shape, and I grow more worried about the store by the day. I believe that covers everything, more or less. It is my wish that both customers and shop owners feel mutual satisfaction with their transactions on the market, and this house of countless beads may shine more brilliantly than ever. With your help, I believe that the wish may come true. I look forward to seeing what you accomplish, Pietro. All right. Let's go. Now undertake Watchumeki deliveries. Seek out shopkeepers in need of aid and lend them a helping hand to make the markets a brighter place, one store at a time. Huzzah. We're going to spend a silly amount of time doing this stuff, aren't we? Let's start with Culinarian. Hiroja. Might you be Pietro, the artisan from Eorzea? My name is Hiroja, and this is my shop. I'm told you are meticulous when it comes to mixing a variety of concoctions, and to be frank, I'm desperate for one of your expertise. Juice is the drink of choice here in Tuilalau, but I'm sure you've heard from Lord Polly. Business is bad. What's wrong? It wasn't always so. When I first opened my shop, profits were steady and customers were eager for the fresh local juice I offered. I thought running this business would be easy. I may not have an exceptional culinary talent, but anyone can squeeze a fruit, right? But now sales are suffering, and some days I spend more on ingredients than I gain in coin. At this rate, I'll be forced to leave Watchumeki. Well, I know my menu is generic. With so much competition in the city, I thought one of my erstwhile regulars have sought more compelling refreshments. Also, alas, I lack the skill to make anything but the most basic of juices. This is why I need a talented artisan like yourself to assist me in creating the drinks I know will save my business. Yeah, sure. I get you, fam. Wonderful. Now, before I expand upon the particulars, there's one other I have recruited to my cause. His name is Haunuark. He's a proficient gatherer. Once we decide upon new recipes, I plan to have him procure in bulk what ingredients we require. Sure. Why don't we join him in Bayside Bevy and have our first official meeting as a team? You go on ahead. I'll be along once I've closed up shop. You got it. No problem. Oh, I got plenty. Let's just go through this. A very warm welcome to you, artisan from afar. Pietro, was it? You stand before Epistles by Pameka, and I am Pameka herself. Charmed though I am of your interest in my shop, I should like to confer one matter. Tell me, can you read? I live for literature. As do I. Just the other day, I was so immersed in my reading that I accidentally walked off the pier and immersed myself in High Tide Harbor. But I digress. We have Tuil Lalal speak Tirali with aplomb, yet it is comparatively young language. It is our traditional tongues place emphasis on oral storytelling over the written word. We have a sizable population of citizens who do not read or write. My services cater primarily to that clientele. I offer my writing hand when occasion demands, mostly for penning letters and official documents. However, I just recently received a commission for something larger. A book of stories. These are the tales that have never before been committed to text. A documentation of oral storytelling. A most riveting prospect, is it not? Oh yeah, that's awesome. Alas, I find myself ill-prepared. When I possess paper requiring for simple documents, I have no experience in binding tomes. Yet with the skill of an adroit weaver at hand, I could accept this task with my head held high. What say you, traveler? Will you help me tie these tales together? Fear not. I'll cover you. Get it? It's cover. It's my cover joke. Much obliged. Then let us report to our client and hopefully accept his request. His name is Olemi, and he works at Liberté. It is the restaurant by the beach. I'll need a moment to close up shop. Would you go on ahead and wait for me? Sure. Now time to use my phenomenal botany powers. Hey there, grain gatherer. You're a man who plucks the finest of the land's offerings with his own hands, am I right? I've been known to do it. Aha, I knew the moment I set eyes upon you. I share the same passion. Or at least, I used to. After many days of work did I work in the employ of Shaled's apothecary, gathering only specimens of the highest quality. Alas, such works bears on the body, and the mind has much had its fill. Every day my knees and back make no cries in protest, and I have finally decided to leave this business in younger hands. And yours look fit to succeed me, maybe even surpass me. I reckon you'd fill my old position in Cheyenne's apothecary nicely. You will fit in, won't you? I hate for Sharon to be left alone to prop up such a bustling business. Consider an opportunity. I promise you will be hard-pressed to find a better man to work for. You can find him at the far end of the marketplace. I shall go at least go and see what he is about. Will you? At least go and see what he is about, will you? Sure, why not? All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So first is going to be Weaver. No, we're going to go ahead and get that botanist that I had, and it's the one that's off by itself. Ah, hello there. Apologies for not noticing you. A merchant's work is endless, you see. I find myself short-handed these days. Welcome to Shunya's apothecary, friend. Are you searching for something specific? Perhaps one of my displays caught your eye. Not especially. I was told you need help. Ah, I've seen that look before. You're wondering just what this sort of shop this is. Put simply, I purvey goods that promote a healthy body and mind. Herbs to cleanse the mind ailments, incense to soothe the senses, stones to massage aching shoulders, and much more, as you can see. Naturally, this requires the use of various plants and minerals, which possess uncommon, and some would even say mystical properties, which I acquire from discerning and trusted gatherers. However, the flow of goods has recently slowed to a trickle, and I found it difficult to keep my shelves stocked. You may find my selection somewhat wanting, if I'm being honest. I happen to be a gatherer, and I could help you gather things. So you must be the gatherer Ropley spoke of. Are you here to offer your services? Of course, I'd be more than grateful for the help. I hope this is the start of a mutually pleasant relationship, Pietro. Excuse me, are you a prior pirate of this shop, or is it truly of Shatona tribe? Yes, on both counts. What brings you to Shatona Apothecary, friend? I am Olozvik V. I hail from the village of Kaguma, located on the eastern continent of Alfard. I was traveling on the three great continents in an effort to expand my horizons when I learned of a people similar to the Viera who live in Tyrol. I wished I could learn all I could from them, so I boarded the first ship across the sea I could find. Once at port, I asked if I might find any chateau, and I was pointed here. Please, allow me to serve you. I can hunt, I can fight, I can gather. Surely one of my skills could be of use. All I ask in return is you'll teach me of your people. They certainly turned out to be one moment desperate for help and the next spoiled for choice. Ulvo, was it? I know you've come far, and I can sense your sincerity, but my conversation does not fit so high a price. Simply purchase one of my wares, and you can chat for as long as you like. I have no money. Not even a single coin. I spent my very last one hiring a ship to bring me here. Ah, well, then I cannot very well expect your custom now, can I? Ugh. Apologies for the interruption, Piotr. Where were we? Oh, yes. Would you agree to a small test of your talents before we agree to work on earnest? Sure. I suppose I'll be testing you too. That is, of course, assuming you still wish to work with me. Of course, I'm at your disposal. You need only tell me what to do. And then your task is simple. Bring me goods I can sell to eager customers. There's no better way to take stock of your talents. Alright, sure. Shion's apothecary watching Meku stores open. You may undertake deliveries for Shion's apothecary at Meku. Speak with Shinyu to learn more. Now, shall we get started? I want both of you to head to Ochupaka and bring me back an assortment of many popular staples. Namely, I'm looking for maca, a plant that imparts enflagering flavor, and springstone, which is used to warm the body and soothe aches and muscles. You can bring me whichever is easier for you to gather. Either will sell just as quickly. Since this is only a trial, let's start with, say, 6 or so. 6 springstones from Rapaka, understood. I shall return with haste. Request accepted. Meki deliveries. And undertake deliveries of Shaggy's apothecary. By delivering the requested items to Shunya and raising yourself into the steam, you can help him restock his empty shelves. Items with higher collectability will result in greater rewards upon delivery. Speak with Shunya to view the deliveries list. So, apothecary staples. And next will be Reader. Gotcha. I'm outsmarting myself. I'm like, oh, there's a place right next door to me. Yeah, the one I was just at. I literally was just there. Hey there, Minnie. Them a Winnie? What's up? Ah, Pamaka. Welcome. Good evening, Zemawemi. I am pleased to say we are welcome to undertake your commission. Pietro here will be binding your books, and my intuition tells me that none would be better suited to this endeavor. That is excellent news. The more the merrier. Where are my manners? My name is Zemawemi. I'm relatively new to Tell Yellow, and I've earned my keep as waiter here ever since I arrived. Sayate is a haven for travelers from every region. If there's one thing I learned in my short time here, it's that everyone got a story to tell. From myths and legends to folk tales and anecdotes, our patrons share their nigh endless supply of unique and fascinating tales. Inevitably, one regular or another will badger me into retelling an old favorite, so I try to memorize as many stories as are told. But memory has its limits, and I'm afraid the details from so many different narratives has eventually might eventually become jumbled or forgotten, which is why I thought to record them in a book for all to enjoy. Of course, my people pass down their traditions via the spoken word, so I cannot neither read nor write. Pamaka has an exception among Tomowawa in that respect. Then Wendy will tell his stories and I will transcribe his words. No different from the dictation of a letter, except perhaps a bit longer. Sure. I also thought I might study the letters while you're both hard at work. I'd like to be able to read the books we make after all. You should join us during transcription if you like. Hearing each story might serve as inspiration for its binding. They're fascinating stories all. I can't wait to see them as books. Sure, I got you, fam. Then where would you like to begin? My schedule is relatively open right now, so I'm available whenever you please. Then I'll pay your stall a visit once I finish my shift. It should not be too long now. All right. Sure. Hey there, Famika. I'll have our transcription session here. I have already read plenty of parchment and ink, so you needn't worry about that. However, there's still a few preparations to be made before Zemelepa's arrival, and our new own business may call you elsewhere in the meantime. Stop by again when you're ready to begin. Alright. Epistles by Pamika. Watch your Mickey deliveries unlocked. You may undertake deliveries for Epistles by Pamika. Speak with Pamika to learn more. You seem eager to start, and I admit so am I. According to my research, I require numerous components. Boards, covers, wooden cords, the list goes on. Furthermore, a binding can be made of nearly anything. Wood, cloth, leather. Possibilities are endless. I'll leave the particulars to you and your artistic tastes. Once you have enough materials prepared, we will be ready to document some of Memphis tales. Okie doke. Now undertake deliveries for Epistles by Pamika. By delivering the requested items to Pamika and raising yourself in her esteem, you'll be able to bind new stories for Zemelepi. Items with higher collectability will result in greater rewards by delivery. Speak with Pamika to view the delivery list. Next is culinary. Talk to Hanaruk.
What business does the Lowlander have with Hanaruk?
Oh, you know, trying to get some stuff taken care of.
Ah, yes, the Juicy Mix project. As a professional stuff seeker, Hanaruk has agreed to do the finding of tasty flesh. What of it? Juicekeep wants to trade time flaps. The mere thought makes Hanaruk sleepy dull. What a pointless busy task.
Yeah, I understand your feelings. Apologies for the wait. Now that the whole team is acquainted, I suppose I'll get straight to the point.
Yes.
To improve my shop's financial fortunes, I need your help in creating some original juices. I need your help in creating some original juices. That's the voice. That is to say, juices that promote the health and well-being of each and every Tuialala resident. While fruit is an excellent source of vitamins, the diverse peoples of the city have unique dietary and nutritional needs. So using both culinary and alchemical techniques, I plan to offer a variety of refreshments bespoke of citizens of all shapes and sizes. By developing drinks both delicious and singularly nutritious, my customers are sure to remember why they love Kirill, the juice craft. Peter, I trust a professional culinarian like yourself. I have no trouble drawing out irresistible flavors from healthy ingredients, yes? Local juice from local fruits. Sign me up. I get this, no problem. I look forward to tasting your work, Peter. If you have any questions about a local produce, don't hesitate to ask. As for you, Hanaruk, your job comes after we created a viable recipe, know which exactly ingredients we require. I'm afraid that means you'll have to wait unless you'd like to participate in recipe creation as well. Your opinion as a moblin will be invaluable, and you would, of course, be compensated in addition to your gatherer's fee.
No, Halnurek has no deep thoughts on juicy mix.
Oh, all right then. In any case, we'll head back to the shop, shall we? There's work to be done. Sure. Hey, Zero Jaw. I just want to reiterate how deeply grateful I am for your assistance. Together, let us make juice Tuilalal can be proud of, and profits that'll save my shop. Sure. There we go. Up and running. Here, all juice craft. Watch your call. Whatever. Watch your Mickey. Deliveries. Okay. For our first juice, I'd like to try something mixing up a blend for my first juice. I'd like to try mixing up a blend for my fellow Momoja. Tuilalal gets far more sunlight than our native land, so we find ourselves prone to dry, itchy scales. It can be sheer torture these days. Luckily, the Chamori fruit harvested from Murakama may offer a solution. According to Pedro merchants, regular consumption does wonders for dry skin. The only complication is in appearance and texture. Cherimoya very much resembles Mamoja scales. Hard to garner appetite for something that looks like a piece of your body. If it were any other fruit, I think we'd extract the liquid from within, but not only is most of Cherimoya's flavor found in the Kipling's pulp, its nutrients are as well. Perhaps you can find a way around this conundrum, Peter. See if you can make a Cherimoya juice both healing and appetizing to Mamoja. Now, I'm afraid I don't have to keep a Cherimoya on hand. The sight alone is enough to make me queasy. But I've seen enough for sale in Bevy. We're tasting for flavor and efficacy both, so make a big batch if you can, 6 glasses or so. Thank you, and good luck. Request accepted. Now to take deliveries from Hero Jaw Juicecraft. By delivering the request item to Hero Jaw and raising yourself in her esteem, you can help by her turn her failing business around. That is a higher collectability will result in greater rewards upon delivery. Speak with Hero Jaw to view the delivery list. I return, sir. Now, let's go through this list and make sure these are all good prices. $25,982. $38,997. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. 52, 51. 30. 2030. 327. 2000. That one's fine. That one's fine. 430. 500 actually. That one's fine also. That one's also fine. That one's fine. All right. There's nothing else. I'll return my venture. I return, sir. Yeah, wrong button. Nothing else. I'll resume my venture. Couple more jobs I can pick up. What's that fellow peddler? Well, I'm in a pickle. Can't exactly deliver the order if I'm lost now, can I? Curse these twisting streets. You there, with your decidedly unflappable composure. You know your way around these streets, yes? Could you pay a visit to my customers and let them know I've brought their orders? Sure. Brilliant. Now I'll be looking for the two different houses of the splendid quarter. The first is deep blue and yellow halls, the feather decorations that hang from the eaves. The man who lives there is a very eloquent Hano. The second is home to a rather voracious moblin. You're looking for sky blue walls and a yellow roof, a straw house and decorative vases out front. Marvelous. Breathtaking, isn't it? I wager you'll be hard-pressed to find a more majestic dome anywhere. Alas, exposed as it is to the elements, it requires a lot of upkeep, which is where we of the fife and drum corps come in. Speaking of which, what's taking him so long? Say, you struck me as a dependable sort. Might it trouble you to find a new recruit? He was tasked with handling today's inspection. Given how long it's taken him, it's possible he ran into trouble, but I'm supposed to be supervising things here. Check behind the tower and you should find him. Alright, but first, I need to go up here. But the sun is trying to rise. Hey, mister, will you help me? Well, today I took a pretty painting of the city from a Shinoan painter, and I showed it to my mom, and she really liked it. Then she sent me to deliver this fruit as a thank you gift, and now the painter isn't here anymore. I don't know what to do. Could you help me look around? Sure. Okay, thank you. Yay! The painter is going to make one more picture, just like this. Means wherever you can see this view, that's where you'll find them. This director is a Splendid Quarter. Though seemingly uniform in appearance, the closer look at these domiciles reveals the eclectic adornments added by the residents, and decorations emblematic of each inhabitant's land of origin. If Tulilala were a giant bird, these were richly colorful homes would form its resplendent plumage. Let's go find that painter. That picture shows the rooftops and harbor from above. Must be taken from somewhere up high. Now, carrying the landscape from high ground, refer to it back if necessary to find the designated location. Coach's Mother Jaw is now accompanying you. You can leave him behind if you want, you jerk. Sounds just a little like Sing Sing Sing, doesn't it? There's our painter. Got an hour left. Greetings, traveler. Oh, and I see you brought your little Mamouja from earlier.
I was looking all over for you. My mom said to give you this as thanks for the pretty painting.
You came all this way just to thank me with a snake. You're far too kind, little one. It was little more than a doodle. It was required enough. I was rewarded enough by the smile on your face. I'll take her to her chaperone then. Thank you for looking out for her.
Sure.
This town has a special place in my heart. We Chateau are long-lived people. Yes, I expect you are aware. I had not the good fortune of watching the community sprout up from nothing. I used to think this country would never amount to much, but seeing all these vibrant cultures thriving alongside one another in harmony, I wish to immortalize its beauty with what talents yet remain to me.
You must really love Toyolala, huh? Now don't worry, Mom and me are gonna love your painting forever and ever and ever.
It is an honor, little one. Now then, seeing as I have finished our current painting, I think it's time I found a new vista to admire. Hope to see you around, my friends. See you later.
I never really thought about how pretty our town was. I feel like I learned something today.
That's glad. I'm glad you hear that. Here you go.
Thanks again for helping me find the painter, mister. I'm going to take good care of the picture, that I will. But before I do, here, this is for you.
Oh, thanks.
Really is pretty.
Hey, I want to talk to you. Yeah, me. You mean to say my packages arrived? I had some dried reeds imported for O'Connor, you see. Ordered them as soon as I heard the drops had recovered. Though I may live until long now, I always had to keep back homeland, close to heart. To a hunter like myself, there's no greater comfort than the smell of reeds when I walk through the door. Speaking of which, better go fetch them, haven't I? A few areas could do a bit of touching up. All right, that's one. Too high.
Hey there, Royce, just mobbling. I've been looking for you.
Ah, special hour of mold flowers here at last. Now I have all the ingredients to crafty bake loaves of rat bread. Haven't heard of mold flour? Mixie blend of wheat and mycotoxins makes sweet stink spell. In Earthshire, all breads and cookies are crafty baked with it, essential ingredient of traditional Mabi cuisine. Since stingy shopkeepers in Tuilalau refused to stock it, my only option was to buy bulk from Pelu Pelu Goods Bearer. Now to go and bring you back my package. Many thanks to kind Lowlander.
Anytime, bud.
Get this other one taken care of, then we can go pick up those other missions nearby. Hey there, fellow peddler. I see you managed to find them. Thanks to you, the packages have arrived, but reached my customers' hands. Pause. In the meantime, I began browsing Bayside Berry. These ships serve all the most common daily necessities, along with a variety of goods from other far-flung corners of Tyrell. The Tyrell allows a melting pot of cultures and their own unique needs, and sometimes a limited selection here does not cut it. That's where you come in. That's where we come in. As peddlers, we arrive at the distant locales, buy the most sought-after goods, and deliver them to residents here, for price, mind you. Speaking of travel, did you come here from Eosia by chance? I've yet to venture out there for import goods, but one of these days I might just have to make the trip. Oh, before I forget, here, your fee. Fully up. Okay. Welcome back, sir. Your Landsguard messenger is most anxiously waiting your return. Peter, the third promise entourage. I've been all over the city looking for you. The Dawn servant summons you to the palace. You to present yourself to the gate guard stationed outside Supernus at your earliest convenience. Oh, and one more thing. You're not to mention this visit to Woklamat. Okay. That's not suspicious at all. I thought I asked you about your drum. Can I help you? Oh, wait, the drum major sent you. Oh, God, to be good, I wasted too much time. I've already finished checking the drum and the tower, mind you, but I had to go and drop my tools and I cannot find them. Will you help me look? I could really use a second pair of eyes right now. Sure. Looking for sparkles. Not seeing any sparkles at the moment. Under the drum. Don't see them under the drum either. Don't see them under the drum over here either. here we are. There you go, fresh ice drummer. Found him. Any luck? There you go. Oh, I'm so glad you found them. You're a lifesaver, truly. If I dared to report back without them, the Major would have grilled me to a fine char. But that settled it, and he must return to my other duties. I'm most grateful if you could inform the Major on my behalf. Alright. You found it. There you are. Hope you helped our recruit find the inspection kit after he dropped it. Your generosity means more to our community than you might realize. This drum is essential for our protection and well-being of our people. It not only marks the time of day, but also honors the Landsguards returning home from duty. In times of crisis, it can be used to warn the populace of danger. That's why we must keep it in pristine condition at all times. But of course, the most common duty is the fife and drum corps to perform as a musical ensemble. It takes tremendous arm strength to beat the drum at this scale, and as a Major, my job is to pound our greenest recruits into shape. Perhaps I've been slacking. Before I forget, take this. You earned it. Huzzah. Alright, well, let's head up and talk to Mr. Big Man, Mr. Bigwig. Hey there, Sunperch Guard. The Dawn Servant awaits you within. But I was not informed of the reason for your audience. In terms of attire, I suggest full battle regalia. Let's go. How can I help you, sir?
Forgive me these sudden summons. When I learned my daughter's champion was back in the city, I couldn't resist the opportunity.
You want to spar, huh?
And they call me head of resolve for good reason. Old as I am, I have not lost a battle worthy of the name since the day I took the throne. And I've been craving a proper challenge. The Lance Wielder, Estinian, he fought well enough, but our bout was ended before a victor could be decided. Judging by the sailors' gossip, you are a warrior of renown in your homeland.
Yeah, they say that.
Yet I wonder, with all your deeds done and victories won, warrior enough to stand against me?
I'm warrior enough to not want to. I'm really not interested in fighting you, sir.
Do you think me unworthy? I'll soon change your mind. The battle rages upon me. I'll stop short of killing you, of course. But expect no other mercies. Come! Ready your arms, and show me the truth of the tales. Let's test the waters. They didn't even blink. Have you ever fought a viper?
I have not.
Ha! Let's see how you handle this. The spearman did not lie. Very well, then. Resolve and listen, kingdom. All right. Did you think you had my measure? Take this! This is holding up? We're far from finished! No more holding back! Stay alert! You fight well indeed.
Yep, these long slug battles sure are fun. It's great being a tank whenever you're support.
basically immortal. Functionally, anyway. Oh boy.
Now we'll see what you're truly made of.
Scheduled loss.
That will do. You've shown me more than enough.
All right.
I brought my full strength to bear against opponents before, but you are the first to withstand it. Even with my head of reason asleep, I never expected you to give me so much trouble. Estinian did not exaggerate. You are a force to be reckoned with.
I'm glad you had a good time. Still would have rather not fight you, but glad you're happy.
Now, a confession. I said I'd crave a challenge, and that was no lie. But I had another reason for calling you here.
As I suspected.
I had to judge for myself if you were fit to attend my beloved daughter. In some respects, she is much like me. Hard-headed and prone to rush into danger. But one with your healing touch could sustain Lamachi even as she contends with the most fearsome of foes. Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuliyola, but a concerned father.
Sure. What would you like to know?
Thank you. Then tell me, given your journey together thus far, what is your impression of Lamachi?
Someone who could make a lot of allies.
Whether it be as their promise or just a companion on the road. Speak your mind.
Someone who could easily make friends and allies. She's young, but has potential.
Ha! A tactful response, but agreed. She is not ready for the throne. Not yet. Lamachi thinks she understands our many peoples. Their histories, their cultures, their beliefs. But she knows only what she's seen in the capital. And it's not only her who concerns me. Even this early in the contest, you must have realized. As potential rulers, all four claimants are lacking.
Yeah, in some respect.
This is why I elected to hold the right of succession. Not to choose a fitting candidate, but to cultivate one. And if no one has impressed me by the end of it,
Then to no one will I yield my throne. As a parent, I pray that my children rise to the occasion.
Expecting immortality from the City of Gold, aren't you?
With outsiders dragged into my game, I am also hopeful that the different perspectives you and your companions have to offer will inspire them to grow. I imagine you in particular have traveled many lands, know many peoples and cultures, loved them and being loved in turn. Guide Lamachi as you think best. Walk at her side and, when needed, push her to walk ahead.
I knew it. There I was, about to sit down for some of Namika's cooking, when I heard that Papa had sent for you. You were dueling behind my back, weren't you?
I see there is no point in denying it. You needn't worry, daughter. I took care not to inflict lasting injuries. You and your ally may return to the contest without disadvantage. No harm done.
I swear, just as I was learning newfound respect for my father. Let's take our leave of this battle-mad oaf before he calls on the rest of my entourage.
Watch over her, champion. Kona's recruits are no less sharp, as one might expect of Galloff's countrymen. They saw the flaws in our claimants from the outset. The other two, though, they dismiss comrades willing to point out their shortcomings, and no good can come of it.
I'd walk one up. Let's go. I see if Papa had his way, he would keep dueling till the day he dies. Even now, I know only 3 people who didn't need to be carried away after their bouts. Zorojal, your lance-wielding Fenestinian, and yourself. You really do live up to your fearsome reputation. I'm curious, though. Did Papa want anything else of you? A small favor, nothing more. That is all it was. You're covered up. I still haven't had one bite of Namax's food, thanks to Papa's nonsense, so I'm going back to finish my plate before I head out. If otherwise, ask everyone to meet at the Forbard's cabins. Come by and see us after you have a moment to recover, eh? Wee! Wee!
guess the side jobs are going to be enough to occupy the rest of my time. Await your companions, continue the rite of succession. Hey there. Hello. Sorry to keep everyone waiting. Is that it? You're all set to go? I left here all prepared for travel in search of work, so I have few belongings to begin with. Bidding farewell to my fellow artisans took rather a lot of time, however. Again, I appreciate you making this commitment, Father Dawntrail. Shall we depart for FFXIV then? A word before you go. What's that? Okay, well, what are you doing here? I spend my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetuating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. I spent my days correcting manners, and here I am perpetuating the grave offense of delaying the third promise's departure. Please, take up your axe and rend the flesh into taco meat. Make your demands, must your demands be so gruesome? Besides, I told you, that kind of thing does not bother me. All right, then, it will not bother me either. What is that all about? I come to the city to purchase supplies when I spotted your entourage getting ready to leave. To seek the city of gold, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. It's the final step in the rite of succession. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. If you know anything about the subject, I'd love to hear it. Then allow me to be of service. As you know, a legend of the Golden City has been passed down to Tyrol for thousands of years. When it comes to describing the place itself, the stories do not always agree. Some portray it as one might expect a glittering metropolis of golden towers. Others suggest it's more unassuming, and owes the name to a fabulous treasure hidden in its heart. Every telling, however, is a common thread. Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The lesson to be learned from this third promise is to seek the legends to court death. I must implore you to proceed with the utmost care. That's all I wish to say. I shall pray for a safe journey. Thank you, Wakido. What are we to make of these cautionary tales? If every expedition is ended in tragedy, how then did the Dawn servant find the city and return without incident? It seems the legend originated from Yakhui. Speaking with them remains our strongest lead, I feel. A lead we shall follow in time, but first let us see if Fonjian team safely into the Moblin's care. Sure. Be a great time for me to head to Limsa and take care of that. And Razatan take care of the other. But I guess we're going to head straight there, aren't we? Meanwhile, in Kazamauka,
Finding a willing artisan was even easier than expected. Many indeed are eager to curry favor with the Resilian sun, especially if it means sharing the promise of new territories.
Those who prove useful will have all the land they desire.
Such generous words, yet the manner in which he speaks them. If neither wealth nor territory are of value, wherefore does he seek to bring the world to heel? Step aside.
Remind me. There was no rule against poaching craftsmen from other claimants.
What's that?
Do not be foolish, Bakul Jaja.
Foolish would be carrying on with these dull feats when all I need to win are the keystones. And besides, it's long past time I humble this arrogant one-head. The Dawntrail may have sired you against all odds, but there is nothing blessed about your birth. Only a two-head is fit to rule. Only we are worthy. Draw your weapon! Face me in battle, and learn your place.
A moment, first promise. Leave him alive, if you would. I foresee a use for this nuisance.
Too scared to make the first move? Then allow me! But he's just a runt.
My thanks for your restraint.
I can kill him whenever I please.
Your part in this is far from over.
And we've fast traveled to the pots. We're back, and we brought with us a willing potsman. This is Fonjete, a talented goldsmith who once worked with esteemed estheticians in Ilda.
Wonderful, impressive. You are first to return, third promise. And with an artisan from across the salt, no less. You welcome you and your unique skills to Earthenshire. Help in hand will show you to the work pot.
This is it then. I look forward to hearing you proclaim Dawn Servant. Thank you, Fangente. I am sure you'll not be disappointed. I will make sure not to disappoint you.
You have reached met the requirements of Feet of Pots. Ready, Rock. Present your keystone with joy smiles and well-wishing.
That makes 3. Almost halfway done.
More Patsworn candidates. Come, let Ready Rock your tales. Tell Ready Rock your tales.
Another feat accomplished, another keystone acquired. Oh ho ho. You're doing well. I expected nothing less of Zoroja's esteemed siblings. Your cleverness in particular is most admirable, Second Promise. We must have you apply that Charlean knowledge you so cherish and arm to Raoul with weapons of Magitech design. In your role as the new Dawn Servant's chief advisor, of course.
The tools of war have no interest for me. I wish only to improve our nation through practical innovations. Foreign powers that will think twice about testing our strength once Tuyalalal is known for its advanced technology, just as the Ghallian Empire was deterred from invading Charlean.
Well, that may be true, but how long will it take for Tuyalalal to progress to this advanced state? How many years?
With a collective commitment to education and hard work, it should not take so very.
Your way is too slow. Easier to expand our territory and swallow Charlean whole.
To conquer the nations through force of arms, and you're looking at a future of uprisings and bloodshed. Yours would not be the first failed empire.
And we keep fighting until the mounting cost convince them to lay down their weapons. Until all have grown tired of loss.
How would such an outcome bring anyone joy? What you propose is a mockery of peace.
Ready Rock is reminded of days ago. In the time before Tuyalalal, there were no podcasts for the Patsworn. It was normal to grab snatch artisans and force them to work for Mabis. Until the day Galug Jajar arrived, the families of the grab snatch pleaded with him, and so he came to Earthenshire. Mabis are not a war-make people. We feared death had come for us, but Gul Jajar just wanted to talk.
It is. We're here to trade words, not blows. The goldwork crafted in this village is superb. One can tell at a glance the quality of materials used, the mastery of technique employed. It does not stir the heart. A goblet shaped by bound hands and broken spirit is devoid of luster. Compare that now with the works of a joyful artisan. She pours her very soul into her creations, and they shine like a newly arisen sun. Have you not seen this to be true?
And so began the custom of good living. Happy Patsworn make good works, and good works make Gabis happy, and Mabis happy. That's what I meant to say. Gul Jajar's word for wise. Joy smiles did indeed bring fine craft and much jingly shine.
So the head of reason was behind the forging of pockpacks.
Yes, reason and clever thing changed Mabby's way of life.
The first promise tires of your talk of the olden days. He'd rather look to the future and to the next feat. We should be getting on as well. Mm-hmm. That cool Jaja never did come back, did he? That's odd.
Do you have a moment, Third Promise? Rock would repay you for helping hand with Kahi. He brings tale of the Golden City.
Really? Oh, I'd love to hear it.
Huh. The towers, the streets, all fashioned from gold. Everywhere you look, every splendor you can imagine. The young, the old, everyone is in between. They live in golden happiness. A city of eternal bliss, forever perched above the clouds.
Everything fashioned from gold, huh? And just imagine everyone living in golden happiness. Now, that is the city I would like to visit. Excuse me. Excuse me, Ruck. Where did you hear this particular tale?
Oh, from your longtime Yakui friends. They live up the mountains in Uruk-Pacha.
The giants again. Seems everything is pointing us their way. This feast and everything leading up to it has taught me much about the Boblin way of life. It's sad to leave Earthenshire and your joy smiles behind. My goodness, look at all of these. Right, we should go and see the giants next. Agreed. Golden mysteries notwithstanding, their village is featured prominently in the saga, and is not to be ignored. The Kuropacha Highlands should be easy enough to reach from there. If we leave Earthenshire from the west, there's a road which leads up to the mountains. Let's find that fast. Of course.
Oh, what is Tempatrik to do? It is so near and yet so very far. Earth and Tempatrik, Lowlander. She told Pat's one friend about the beautiful waterweed of Marsh Ligaka, and Pat's one friend says she wants to study it closed eyes. But waterweed grows at the bottom of the water, and Tempatrik can't fishwalk. You can't ask Pat's one to collect it herself either. It would go against the Pot Pact. You wouldn't happen to be a talented fishwalker, would you?
Believe it or not, I am.
You're a talented fish breather, too. Oh, then you're perfect lowlander for the job. Need to gather 3 types of waterweed from Marsh Ligaka. Puxy leaf is pink and poison-looking. Fancy leaf is lacy and lovely. And gaudy leaf is super shivery. Please, find them for Tempatrik.
Stoastic.
Say, Lowlander, can you deep dunk? Can you fishwalk? Can you swim? Let Lothardik explain. She was out fishing with her friend when she dropped only a fish stick into wet run. She came back to find another fish stick, but no fish stick can be found. There's only one problem for it. We need to find that fish stick and fill in the wet run. The problem is, noble meat likes deep dunking. Our safe wetsuits are too heavy, and you can't take them off. It would not be safe. Will you help us find our missing fish stick? Fabamishi friend is waiting at sunken ships upriver. If you could deep dunk into the wet run for our behalf, we would be thanky-feely indeed.
I would appreciate your thanky feels. Still level 92. We still got a long ways to go.
You're Pietro, are you not? He who has been strength-lending to Wicklamat? Could Mook ask you to strength-lend her in turn? The matter is this. Mook's craft art is to retire after long years. He lip-slips that he intends to fancy craft one last masterpiece before he does so. But for this he needs the handy help of Strangeface to the village. Anfoy is his name. He always very murky-worded in his requests, so Mook is not sure what helpy hand he needs. But if you could exchange tongue flaps with him, she would be very, very happy, feels.
Sure, why not?
Danger Straits, Danger Straits! Vendabook's Twinkle Crafter has gone missing. Vendabook acts all around the village, and some say he went to pay a visit to Imperius, the giant's prey place. But prey place is danger place, full of friend-munching fiends. You are a fighter, are you not? Will you swordland for Vendabook and save a dear Twinkle Crafter for certain doom?
I could do that, probably.
You're a strange-faced Earthenshire, you're not? Then Doldrick has an ask task for you. One she can only entrust to Strangeface. Follow the cliffs to the south and you'll reach a cracked cistern. There's secret hidey hole for secret handicrafters. Doldrick wants you to take rate of goodsmiths here and be fleet-footed and sneak about it. If you do this for Doldrick, she will make you worth your while.
Deliver the crate full of crafty bits to the designated location before the time runs out. You have 200 seconds to complete the task. Be wary of attacks from enemies. They will sap your strength. So back to the shoals of no return, huh? Went the wrong way. I'm gonna run out of time.
How do I get to the cracked cistern? Four, three, two, one. All right. Well, we're going to run out of time here. Got 4 minutes left, so we might as well just stop here today. Got to make dinner anyway. It's going to take a minute. All right, we're going to go ahead and just stop here. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.